Oh, there we were. There I was, scratching around for an idea. What shall I talk about during the morning video? Good morning, everybody. And Geo said, I've got an idea. It's all the rage on social media, he said. The combined teams of our final season at Upton Park and now taking players and picking your best 11. I said, I like it. I like that idea. Geo, the one thing I do wonder, though, do we have a formation that suits both?
I think it's got to be 4-2-3-1 because that's what we played in 15-16 and that's what we're currently playing now, isn't it? So I think it's the easiest thing to go for. We'll make it as easy as possible for us, Gonzo.
Okay, and one final question for the handful of players. I'm thinking Mark Noble at the moment, for example. I guess Cresswell as well. Are we Cresswell? It doesn't matter because he's in both teams. Are we judging the younger Mark Noble?
Either. So you can have the 2015-16 version or this one. Same with Lanzini, Ogbonna, Antonio.
Oh, yeah.
There's lots of players.
Oh, I like that. Okay, yeah. Right. Okay, so you've got your team, as I understand it.
I just scribbled something down. I'm still deliberating over one player in particular. Okay. I don't have him down, and I feel bad. I feel like he should be in there.
Well, I'm interested in that, but I didn't know about this concept for video before, 3 minutes ago? So I'm going to write my team down as we go. But with the pen of destiny, of course, pen of destiny. Which colour should I'm going to go with blue for this one. Okay, over to you, mate. Over to you. This is good.
There's a few easy ones. So the keeper, Fabianski, I guess, or Adrian, unless you want to have Randolph in there as well. But that's your options, really.
See, this is a funny one, actually. Actually, Fabianski this season is not as good as Fabianski 2 seasons ago. I am going to go with Fabianski, though. Yeah, bearing in mind he played well last night, didn't he? So, say last night, well, whatever day we put this out on, he played well against Crystal Palace.
It's got to be Fabianski. Right back, it's got to be Soufal, isn't it? Because that was the position we didn't have nailed down at Upton Park, did we? We had James Tompkins there for a while. Antonio had to be makeshift a little bit. We had Jenkinson, but he wasn't as good that season. I think it's got to be Vladimir Soufal.
You don't know. So literally just got off the phone. I've spoken to a West Ham legend on the phone today. I've spoken to Ray Stewart. And Ray Stewart said to me, Soufal is the best right back at West Ham since me. I love these confidence. Oh, that was brilliant. So who am I to argue with that? I think I am going to have to go with Soufal as well, my friend.
Okay, and the centre backs. I think we've got to have this season's Ogbonna because I think he was better than Upton Park's one. But I think next to him, I think we've got to have Upton Park's Winston Reid. I think that's got to be the pairing. So you can argue Tompkins, James Collins. No, we now got Balbuena. We had Ogbonna back then as well. And then we now got Balbuena, Craig Dawson. But I think for me, it's this season's Ogbonna and that season's Winston Reid.
I wonder how this upsets the space-time continuum. If there was two Ogbonas, can we have two Ogbonas?
We could have two Ogbonas. No,
but they can't ever occupy the same space. Otherwise, it creates a spatial rift and a black hole. I'm going to go. I'm going to copy you, but but not because you're fashionable.
Well, I think we should have our combined 11. I think we're going to have to argue. So we've got a disagreement. We're going to have to fight about it, I think.
Well, I can't disagree with you here, though. I mean, I do think you're
I think we might argue later on in the team.
Good. I hope so. I
don't think we're going to argue with the left back, though, because it's this season's Cresswell or that season's Cresswell. Unless you want Masuaku.
Hold on. I need to write this down. Right. So, Oggy and Reid. What is funny, though, about that is even though Reid is right-footed, Reid was the left-sided centre-half. Yeah. And Reid never played as well at right centre-half.
I think he'd be all right there with Soufal, though.
Yeah, he'd probably be right. Might probably manage, wouldn't he? Okay. This season's Cresswell or that season's Cresswell? This season's Cresswell is a bit special. You remember when he was in lockdown, Cresswell, and he said, I'm scared, basically. He did, didn't he? He said, I'm scared.
I think he said petrified. He used a really strong word. It wasn't scared. It was like petrified, I think he used.
Yeah, I don't know what Mrs. C put in his Horlicks, but he seems to be this. I don't know. He's like a player reborn, isn't he? I mean, you think a lot of it's the going to be the coaching. I think fitness is. I wonder actually how much in the last couple of years we've seen an unfit Cresswell, and now he's just fitter. He's able to get up and down the park. I'm going with this season's Cresswell.
No,
so
I'm going to fight you. I'm going to fight you. It's got to be the Upton Park one.
Tell me why.
That got him into the England
Cressy
squad.
21 for me. Cressy 21.
It got him into the England squad. He was one of the best English left backs. He was one of the best left backs in the Premier League that season. He got into the England team. Then he got his horrendous injury. He was unbelievable at left back that year. You know, he won the Ham of the Year the season before, and his form didn't stop. It just kept going. It was the injury that done him, and the injury came after.
But you say he was one of the best fullbacks in the Premier League that season. This season, he is the best fullback in the Premier League.
Well, he's not the best fullback. In fact, Luke Shaw's better than him this season.
He looked good the other night.
Cresswell scored 3 kicks that season as well. Remember when Payet wasn't playing, it was like, it's all right. We've got Cresswell.
Yeah.
No, 15-16 Cresswell was unbelievable. He was a much better player than he is just now.
I wonder what would happen if my Cresswell fought your Cresswell. The two O'Bonners would come in and break it up.
I think mine would win because he would know that this Cresswell's scared of COVID, so he would just cough.
Yeah, you may well be right. You may well be right.
Well, I'll tell you what. If we split, we'll let the comments decide. The viewers can decide. Okay. So I'll write down the options. So they've got to pick between what Cresswell so far, and there might be another option.
So my one's called Cressy 2021.
Mine's just called Cresswell 15-16. I don't like nicknames.
I do.
I've experienced puberty and moved on. Nicknames stopped when I hit puberty.
I call him Crescent Blackwell.
Oh, Christ almighty. Right, well, do you want to do the midfield now?
I do. You're gonna have to lead the dance because I'm like the dance partner. I'm the good looking bird in this. Right.
Well, I think this is where my problem is. I think we've got 3 massive contenders. There's 4 contenders, I think, and 3 of them have got a massive claim. So I think in the 15-16 you had Cheku Kiati, but you had that Mark Noble, and then this season you obviously got Soucek and Rice.
So you're picking Kiati, I can tell.
He's the one that I said is not a serious contender. He's discarded immediately. Have you got any complaints for that? You got any complaints with?
No, there is no way. That was a special season for Mark Noble.
He was unbelievable. Yeah. He was unreal. Now, I wrote down Soucek and Rice, but I feel like I've made a mistake. I feel like Mark Noble should be in there, but
the trouble is with him. This is what you got, because we're going to get to other positions in the team. Mark Noble actually forged a tremendous partnership with Dimitri Payet. But bear in mind, you're probably going to pick Fornals instead of Payet. You probably can't have Noble in there. Declan Rice is just goes in there. Declan Rice is the best midfielder we've had in quite some time. I
agree with that. Rice goes in. I agree with that.
I think the Noble one, because Noble was even scoring some goals in that season as well. He was playing really well, and he was the talisman for the club. He was very, very central to what we were doing in terms of the last season at Upton Park. And he did play well, and he did dovetail well with Payet. I do wonder how much of it is tweaking of the old heart. You don't tweak the heartstrings, pulling on the old heartstrings. But a midfielder that gets into double figures for goals in Thomas Soucek. I'm going with this current midfield, my friends.
I think so as well. I think what you're also doing there is you're picking a partnership, not just 2 individuals. You're picking a partnership there. I debated trying to shoehorn Soucek further up the pitch. I could bring Mark Noble in. I thought, well, could I make an argument for Soucek being number 10 in this team? Because, well, I think there's only one other guy that really gets his place like that. Well, there's probably 2, but the next one, Dimitri Payet, he goes in there. That's easy peasy, isn't it? I mean, what's our player he was? He was world class. I like to think now that's died down a little bit. I think the anger's gone to some extent. So you don't have to forgive him, but I think you can appreciate him now a bit more than what you could have done when you first left.
Well, yeah, I think you can almost betray yourself a little bit. You don't look. He betrayed us. Don't let him take your memories as well. Do you know what I mean? Don't let him take the joy of him lining up for a free kick. We had a joke last night, didn't we? You said West Ham had a penalty. I said, no, it doesn't matter. We don't need penalties. We got corners and stuff. Free kicks felt like a penalty for a season. You know, and for lots of reasons, which maybe we'll discuss another time about Payet. It was joyous when we sang that Payet song. We meant it from the bottom of our bottoms, and he certainly has to be in there. He is world class. Was whatever. Particularly for that, he was a player with a bee in his bonnet. Geo, who wanted to get into the France squad and did get in France squad. It has to be Dimitri Payet.
Next to him, who do you like in the number 10 role, or do you want to switch to the right wing first?
Give me my options again, please.
In the number 10 role, I think you've got Upton Park Lanzini. You've now got the London Stadium Lanzini. Pablo Fornals, I guess you could probably push in there. You could put in Ben Rama.
I think I'm going to go with Lanzini, but it doesn't have to be Upton. I guess it has to. It has to be Upton Park, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it can't
100%.
be. It can't be the one that played next to Arnautovic.
No, it's this year.
Even though it's London Stadium. Those two Lanzinis were on the same wavelength. By the way, they understood each other's game. You know, you said Rice and Soucek was a partnership. Ogbonna and Ogbonna was a partnership, certainly. I'm going to go with Upton Park Lanzini.
I completely agree. I think he was fabulous. I remember us all panicking that we weren't going to sign him for $8 million, and like Liverpool were looking at him and stuff. Just another player that's got done by injury. That's the worst thing. You know, we've got Reid done by injury, Cresswell done by injury, Lanzini done by injury. It's just, you can almost say that our transfers have been right, that we've just been a bit unfortunate that they keep getting injured. But Upton Park Lanzini was just incredible. He was so skillful. His partnership with Dimitri Payet was wonderful. You spoke about Noble and Payet. I always saw it as a triangle with Lanzini in there as well, but he was just so good. Now, on the right, this is where it gets tricky, because you've got Upton Park Antonio. You've possibly, if you really want to be awkward, you've got Victor Moses, Diafisako. If you want to play him out on the right, he played out on the right a few times. And then you've also got Ender Valencia. But now you've got Jared Bowen, Andrei Yarmolenko, Fornals, Ben Rama, if you want to shoehorn them out on the right. You've got a lot of options here, but I don't think you've got any standout one.
Okay, I've got an issue here.
Oh. I know what your issue is.
Okay, because Sacco was a wonderful player. Whatever, all the stuff went wrong. Different video, different day. So I've got an option. So actually, the option isn't between Antonio gets in the team. It's just which position he gets in the team. Yeah. So actually, my decision is actually Sacco or Bowen, if you see what I mean. I think, for me anyway. In fact, Moses was good that season, but I seem to remember scoring 2 or 3. One of the goals was really good, actually. And maybe it's against Newcastle, quite possibly.
Man City, he scored outside. I think he scored outside the box at the Etihad.
Yeah, it was a P roller. It went along the ground, didn't it? If I remember right.
Yeah, there was one. I think Newcastle, for some reason, did he not hit the bar? He was 1-on-1. He hit the bar and it come out, and Payet volleyed it in from 18 yards or whatever.
Good goal, really good goal. Yeah. Controlled that well. Everyone else balloons that over. Oh, this is tough. Okay. I'm going to go. I'm going to put Mikel Antonio there, which I think gives you the remainder of my team. I think I'm going to put Mikel Antonio on the right.
See, I don't think that season. I don't think Sacco's that good. I think Sacco's better.
Am I remembering the wrong season, am
I think Sacco. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought Sacco was good under Allardyce. I thought that's when he had his purple patch. I think
you're right. I've got it wrong. I'm scrapping that.
I think Upton Park. I think Andy Carroll was our best striker at Upton Park last year. Remember his hat trick against Arsenal and stuff.
Yeah, he ain't getting.
Sacco still scored goals. He scored against. No,
I've changed my mind. We'll edit that out.
So you're going Antonio up front and Bowen on the right?
I am. Yes, please.
That's what I'm going to go for as well. And I think Bowen's lucky to get into this team a little bit. I don't feel like he's done enough to warrant getting into what is almost like
punish him, and he's punishing.
Yeah, I don't think he's done enough to warrant getting in this special team. But at the same time, I think he's better than the other players. And it's quite bad that when you do this, we've got a standout across the 2 squad. We've got a standout for every position until you get to striker, and it's like, well, don't really have a standout. Antonio's done well up there, but like you said, Antonio could also play right midfield for this. And I think it just goes to show where we've recruited poorly over the seasons. 15, 16, 20, 21, the same position is the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I like it. I think that's a neat little morning video.
I debated taking Bowen out, pushing Lanzini over, and putting Soucek in the 10 so I could get Mark Noble into the team. Because I feel bad leaving Mark Noble out. I feel bad. I do feel bad.
I know. Well, that's because we're nice people. I felt bad earlier talking about Grady D and Garner. But there you go. We are lovely, generally lovely people.
Just quickly, what team is best, the 15-16 or this one?
Well, I won't cop out. Obviously, it's easy to say remains to be seen. There's just a magic of that other one. Realistically, this team should beat that team. I think we overpower them. I say we overpowered them. Like it's someone else's team. I think this West Ham overpowers that team. But Payet could do anything on his day. So I wouldn't put it past Payet for this team to control the game and him just to do something magical and take it away. I think we saw a lot of teams. People got Payet's number from his first game, his first debut against Arsenal. People got Payet's number, and everyone tried to mark him out of the game, and no one actually managed it because it didn't matter if you put a marker on him; he could just dribble past him and skip past him. I still suspect it's this team.
I think I think this team would be more organised and work harder, so on and so forth. I think the foundations of this team is better and more solid. Whereas that team, it felt like they were built on a house of cards because we had to score 3 to win a game basically because we were almost guaranteed to concede 2. But they were far more. I thought they were far more entertaining. They were the entertaining side, if you like. Whereas this one's probably the one that's got a bit more stability to them long term. So it swings and roundabouts. They were to play each other, like you said. Does Dimitri Payet turn up? If so, then you'd probably back that one. If not, then you'd probably back this one as well. Probably be a draw, wouldn't it? We'll just call it a draw. Just easier.
I think we'll call it a draw. 2 free kicks. Payet, it's 1-1 draw. Payet's free kick, and the other free kick is a cross and a header from Soucek.
I'm comfortable with that.
Love it, mate. Great idea. Let us know what you think. If you were watching a proper channel, there'd probably be a graphic up now of that team. We're going to go and record Cup of Tea now, and then we're going to record a Patreon video. So you're not going to get any graphic. So just imagine it in your mind, that team, your favourite team in your mind.
I've got a graphic.
Pardon? There's your graphic. There's your graphic. Thank you. You just don't get that sort of artistic excellence on other channels. That's it. Geo, I'll say goodbye to you for the purpose of this lot, and I'll say hello to you again in about 2 minutes.
Bye-bye.